Well, the wind sure is blowing out there. Wind advisory continues, but this is just for the next several hours. Then we're going to start dropping off those gusts and look ahead to a holiday weekend forecast. I'll have that for you straight ahead.
All right, Paul, also new analysis of the videos that show the fatal police shooting of Patrick Leoya. His family and attorneys sharing their anger and their questions this afternoon. Paula.
Two nationally renowned storytellers prepare for an event to raise funds for the people of Ukraine.
Let my people.
We'll show you why they say they feel uniquely joined together for the effort.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, take a look. The high winds just blowing through Metro Detroit with gusts of more than 40 miles an hour. A wind advisory continues for a few more hours. Meteorologist Paul Gross kicks off his coverage with the first forecast. Paul.
Yeah, hey, Karen. The wind advisory, as you said, covers the entire area here, and that's in effect until 8 o'clock this evening, and with good reason. Here are current wind gusts across the area. Look at that. City Airport in Detroit's gusting to just over 50 miles per hour. Now, most of the area is gusting in that 30 to 40 mile an hour range, but you can see Metro and the western part of the area is gusting over 40 miles per hour. So we do have those strong gusts, which will continue through the afternoon hours, but then watch on the computer model as we get into the evening hours. Look how quickly, by 8 o'clock, we're basically just gusting to maybe 30 miles per hour. By late evening, just gusting to perhaps 20, 25 miles per hour in spots. So this is going to be a quick drop in those winds as we move through the evening hours. But again, here are those flags blowing. At least we have temperatures in the 50s right now, but they will drop this evening. So we'll have that complete holiday weekend forecast. Lots to talk about in just a few minutes, Karen.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Paul. We are getting new reaction to the fatal police shooting in Grand Rapids 24 hours after police released new videos. Today, attorneys for the family of Patrick Leoya are giving their most detailed reaction to what they've seen. The videos of the 26-year-old's death sparked another round of protests overnight. Sandra Ali monitoring the very latest developments for us. Sandra.
Karen, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, everyone. The Leoya family immigrated from the Democratic Republic of Congo. That was in 2014 and actually arrived in the U.S. as refugees. And now, of course, they're dealing with the loss of their loved one at the hands of a police officer. Today, they were joined by attorney Ben Crump. You might remember he's represented the families of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Crump and his legal team have been analyzing the videos released yesterday. They've been analyzing them frame by frame, going over key moments during the confrontation. Crump accuses the officer of not following basic training tactics and also using excessive force against a man who was unarmed. He's calling for the arrest and the prosecution of the officer, who has not yet been named at this point. Crump says he believes the incident could have been avoided, and we should point out an interpreter was providing translations there for the family during that news conference.
You see a confused person
Unaona mtu mwenye alikuwa akichanganyikiwa
in Patrick
na Patrick,
who never
ule mwenye akufanya
takes a violent act
akupima hata kupigana
against a police officer.
na ule ofisie mwenye walipigana naye polisi, alikuwa wa polisi.
Yet the police officer
Lakini huyo polisi
escalates
alipeleka shida
and continues to escalate
na akaanza kuipeleka tena yulu
the situation
na akapeleka tena hiyo shida akaipeleka yulu
from a traffic stop.
Michigan State Police are now handling the investigation, and once that's finished, the case will be forwarded then to the Kent County Prosecutor's Office, who will determine if indeed charges will be filed. That officer, meantime, remains on paid leave. Our coverage and analysis of the video and also the fallout will continue for you on Local 4 News at 5 and then again at 6. For now, Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Sandra. Michigan State Representative Mary Cavanagh has pleaded guilty in a drunk driving case. We have police body cam of her February arrest in the area of Industrial and Merriman Roads in Livonia. Police spotted the Redford woman driving with 2 flat tires. Sobriety tests were performed and she was arrested. At the time, she released a statement saying addiction is a hard road to travel and she's committed to counseling and treatment. Cavanagh faces sentencing on May 6th. City of Detroit about to kick off a really big celebration because the NFL draft is coming to the Motor City. Governor Whitmer, Mayor Duggan, the Detroit Lions, and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell are all gathering at Campus Martius right now. Festivities get started in about 30 minutes. We're going to take you there live at 5 and 6, so make sure to stay tuned. The draft will be held in Detroit in the year 2024. Well, the drug company Pfizer hopes to expand its COVID-19 booster shots to healthy children ages 5 to 11. Right now, U.S. regulators urge everyone 12 and older to get one booster dose. Plus, those 50 and older have the option of a second. Now, Pfizer says new results show a booster shot for younger children revved up their immune response. 30 of the 140 youngsters tested even saw a 36-fold increase in antibodies, enough to fight the Omicron variant. The data has not been verified by independent experts, but Pfizer will ask the FDA to authorize the new booster in the coming weeks. Florida is the latest state to enact a new restrictive abortion law just days after Oklahoma did the same. Today, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a ban on abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. It does contain some exceptions to save a mother's life, prevent serious injury, or if the fetus has a fatal abnormality. It does not have exceptions for rape or incest. The law comes as the U.S. Supreme Court considers a case that could overturn Roe versus Wade. The fate of a key Russian ship is under debate in this update on the war in Ukraine. This is file video of the Moskva. The Ukrainian military claims it sank the vessel, but Russia says it was just evacuated after a fire on board and it's still afloat. U.S. officials aren't sure exactly what happened, but say there is evidence of explosions and damage to the cruiser. Just now, Reuters is reporting the ship did sink. We're following this and we'll keep you posted as more information comes into our newsroom. Rescue crews near Ukraine's capital continue to search for bodies under debris after Russians have left that area. The world is watching and waiting to see if Russia will launch a major offensive in eastern Ukraine. There's also a debate over the status of the city of Mariupol, with Russia claiming they've taken the city, but U.S. officials say the battle is ongoing with some very ugly fighting taking place. Efforts to raise money for Ukrainian relief are taking an interesting turn as two nationally known storytellers prepare for a really powerful experience. They're weaving together the shared experiences of the Black and Jewish communities to facilitate an important conversation. Paula Tutman has more.
As a nationally renowned musical storyteller, Reverend Robert Jones Sr. believes that when words are combined with music, there's an important story to tell.
Let my people go. I think it's important for us to address the idea that if there's suffering anywhere in the world, we all have a responsibility to do something about it.
Corrine Stavish,
Oh, but the day we went to Kronberg Castle.
also a nationally renowned storyteller, weaves powerful historical narratives that teach and inspire.
My grandfather was from Ukraine, Russia, and escaped to come to America. My grandmother is from Southeast Poland, right where all the action is now. I'm the granddaughter of 4 immigrants. I wanted to do something.
The two will join together at Temple Kol Ami in West Bloomfield for a program called Freedom Stories, for a powerful evening of stories and songs to express the deep symbiosis Black people and Jewish people have in their historical fights for freedom.
I like to do events where you're sort of mashing together things that don't necessarily seem like they're related.
For freedom and peace.
We're talking about the issue of freedom and justice for both the Jewish community and the Black community. And here we have right now a fight for freedom going on in the Ukraine.
African Americans and Jewish Americans for many years shared the experience of kind of being the outsiders. There were people who discriminated against both groups.
Today, the two storytellers put their heads together to plan the event.
In a room like this where everybody's got a good line of vision.
Both are deeply concerned about what's going on in the world right now. They want to talk about it. They want others to hear.
Ukraine's story is a story of horror. What we're responding with is humanity and therefore hope.
Presidents and prime ministers are trying to make decisions, military decisions. That's what they do. But when it comes to healing and taking care of one another, that's what we do. That's the work of churches and synagogues and temples and mosques and communities. So just happy to be a part of that.
So On Wednesday, so the program is actually Wednesday at Temple Kolami in West Bloomfield Township. We were actually here to watch some of this creativity take place as they planned it. You can walk in, you can pre-register. They're also streaming it. We're going to put a link on our social media platforms so that you're able to easily register. The donation suggestion is $18 or denominations of $18, which is a very important number. In Hebrew, it basically loosely translates to life. But honestly, watching these two collaborate, Karen, gave me goosebumps.
I know, and obviously we're storytellers, and we really appreciate people gathering. Yeah. I mean, this is life-changing for some people to get this opportunity to take part.
Oh, absolutely. And to hear the words, but also to enjoy the camaraderie, but also know that you're raising money for what? Freedom.
Yes, very important. Paula, we appreciate it as always. Still ahead. First at 4. Software trouble in a few 100,000 cars. We're going to show you the Help Me Hank recall alert, and it could affect you, maybe somebody you know. Also, it is a heart problem that increases your risk of a stroke. How a popular device might help you spot that issue a little more quickly. Plus, an Easter surprise from Britain's Queen Elizabeth just days before another royal milestone. New reports on how she's doing coming up after the break.